This stinks. We need to find out how to get rid of bad smells in your washing machine fast. There's nothing worse than putting your clothes in the washing machine, taking them out, and they smell worse than when you put them in. But believe it or not, it happens very often. Thankfully, there's some very simple measures you can take to stop your washing machine and your clothes from smelling. We're going to start with the easiest and work our way through to the slightly harder options. So by the end of this video, you and your clothes and your washing machine will no longer smell like a sewer. I'm Georgina Bisbee, and on this channel I share plenty of helpful home hacks and advice. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, so please do subscribe and make sure you hit that bell notification button to ensure you get notified whenever there's a new video. So why do washing machines smell? On the face of it, they're pretty clean things, right? Lots of water and detergent going through them. Surely they should stay fresh. Well, one of the problems is something that causes an issue in various areas of our home, and that's where you've got lots of moisture and soap scum. It's very easy for mould and mildew to grow. So if you're not running your washing machine regularly on a hot wash, that's one reason that those things will start to build up. If you're not wiping it down after your use, that's another reason. And if you're leaving damp clothes in there as well and there's moisture left in the washing machine after use, that's also another contributing factor that can help to start let that mould and mildew take hold. And that is what smells, and that's what hangs around and causes you a problem. So now let's take a look around our washing machine at things we can do to remedy and prevent this problem. The first area where we can have issues is our detergent drawer. Now, it's actually good practice to leave this open in between washes to stop that being the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and mould and release some of the moisture. So make sure you try and incorporate that in your washing regime. Also, once a month, take it out and clean it out. Doesn't need to be a complicated clean. A brush out with some detergent and warm water in the sink should do the job, and then you can pop it back in. Also make sure that you regularly wipe out the area where the drawer sits. Next up we have our controls, and the potential issue here is that you're only running your washing machine on a cool cycle, let's say 30 or 40. It's really important to keep everything working properly in your washing machine to run a hot cycle at least once a month. Now, some washing machines actually have a maintenance cycle as an option. This one doesn't, so we'll just go for 90 degrees, hottest option we've got, and run a cycle on that. The next potential cause of our woes is this seal or gasket here that sits at the front of the drum. Now, this is rubber and it's actually a little bit slimy to touch. This is somewhere where that soap scum and moisture can sit and that mould and mildew can quickly take hold and grow. So best practice is, if you're this disciplined, is to give it a wipe down every time you've done a wash. If not, and you've got to the stage where it is starting to build up a little bit, just get some warm soapy water and a microfiber cloth and give it a good clean down. It's only going to take a couple of minutes and you'll be able to get rid of all that residue. Really good not to leave this one too long because it can really start to take hold. Now, one other thing I would say is some people recommend vinegar for jobs like this. I'm not a big fan of this because vinegar can actually start to compromise the material, erode the material. So if you started using that all the time, I don't think that would be great. But warm soapy water should do the job. Another area that needs your attention is the door. Now, in some washing machine designs, the doors actually incorporate a seal as well. This one doesn't. Either way, make sure you give it a good wipe down, keep it clean and shiny because it looks good if nothing else. And don't forget that when you've finished your washing machine load and your washing load, always open the door so that that moisture can escape and it stops it from becoming that breeding ground for bacteria. Another area of your washing machine where smells could be lurking is the drain and the filter. Now, this should be located on the front of your washing machine and there should just be a little cover like this that you can clip off. Once you've removed this, you'll need to have a towel handy and something to drain the water into. First up, you need to drain any water that might be just sitting in the system. So you need to take this pipe, remove the lid, and have something ready to catch the water. This is emptying the bottom of the drum, so we can then remove the filter. And it stinks. If you don't drain the water out before you remove the filter cap, then all the water will just come pouring out of there. So always a stage that you need to include. Now, this is a bit like a petrol cap. You just undo it in the same way. That also stinks. This also stinks because this is where stagnant water is just sitting in the bottom of the pump. So it's also good practice to give this a rinse out regularly. It's also an area where you can find all sorts of surprises like coins and nails and things that people leave in their pockets. So you also need to check it for that and clear it so your washing machine doesn't get blocked. So you also want to give this filter area a good clean out as well. You can do that using some hot soapy water and some pipe cleaners if there's any hard to reach places. When you replace these parts after you've cleaned them, just make sure that they're really secure so that when you turn your washing machine on, it doesn't leak. What if you've tried all of that and your washing machine still smells? Well, the next fairly straightforward option is to try a washing machine cleaning product. There's plenty on the market. Some of them are deodorisers, they tackle the odours, they tackle the bacteria and the fungi, and some of them have got built-in descalers like this one here. So if you live in a hard water area, chances are lime scale is contributing to your problem. There could be bacteria building up around that as well. In that case, I would definitely recommend going for one with the lime scale option. Have a look what's out there, find something you like the look of and give it a go. If you tried a washing machine cleaning product and your washing machine still smells, then chances are that the problem is somewhere less obvious. We are now behind the washing machine and this is the hose that drains away all the water at the end of a wash. Now, this hose in our particular washing machine feeds down to the pump, but sometimes these hoses are then connected to a separate part inside the machine. Plenty of opportunity anywhere along this hose for the debris and the grime to build up, and also for water to sit and pool. For example, this one has a low point here where at the end of the wash that water doesn't necessarily completely get flushed away. What can you do about this? Well, we're entering slightly more risky territory now because you don't necessarily want to start tampering too much with your washing machine, especially if you've got a warranty that you want to keep intact. But if you're confident to do so, you can have a go at taking this out. I'll show you how to do that in a separate video. Other options that you can then take it out and you can then flush it through using a dedicated drain cleaning product that's compatible with your washing machine, or something like baking soda and vinegar. Very faffy, or you can actually physically clean it out, which is what I'm going to show you. The point being that don't give up hope if you don't manage to solve your washing machine problems with the other options. It's just likely that it's a slightly more complex problem. You definitely will be able to get on top of it. You won't have to get rid of your washing machine or anything crazy like that, and you can absolutely prevent it from happening in the future by using the right products. So products that prevent the build-up of lime scale, regular service washes, regular hot washes as well. They're all going to help it from getting too grimy if that is the problem. So I really hope that this video has helped you to certainly identify and potentially as well solve your smelly washing machine problems. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe if you're new here. And if you've got any of your own tips, as always, to share about how to keep your washing machines smelling fresh, please feel free to do so in the comments down below. But that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.